How's it going? My name is William, and this is my so-called life. And we made it. We made it to Saturday. I hope it's Saturday.
It's Russell Rush on Friday, kicking it ballistic on WRMS. Yo, I got a phone call from my girl. She wants to hold cake. I said, hold up. Yo, Big Dick, you trying to get money here. WRMS, Taylor Soul, Saturday, y'all.
Girl meets boy on Thursday night. Boy was high, girl fly like kite. They hold hands until next day. Boy then let's go hit his way. Boy rolls blunt back to his boys. Erection brings bad boy joys. Boy thinks of that big fat back. Big black fat, love big black fat. Girl calls boy to stand him up on Saturday. Saturday is the Saturday, it's the Saturday, it's the Saturday. Saturday is the Saturday, Saturday is the Saturday.
Back once more with the wallop in the score. Sponsored by the riff, make you rock your hip. Revival of the roller boogie in a ricochet to make you think about the time we spoke fun instead of fight. But diving from a piece of metal should have done life. Slip your butt to the fix of this mix. Toss that briefcase, it's time to let loose. Cause you work like heck to get the weekend check. So unfasten that sleeper on your neck. Connected like a vibe from the wheel to the foot. Come on everybody, get the funky output.
5 days you work, 1 whole day to play. Come on everybody, wear your roller skates today. It's Saturday, 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 it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, yeah.
Now as you pump your fists, I reminisce to a bounce rock skate low fest to impress. Hey pretty diamond, do you like the way I'm dressed? Cool, keep the faith and be my mate, cause all we need is feet. But promote the hustle cause it keeps me thin. No need to talk, Luke just walked in.
Is there a threat on stage?
Yes, man.
So kick the wham on this jam.
Oh, Mr. Sprinkler, Mr. Sprinkler. Wet me for one, Mr. Sprinkler. I'm heating high five and a day's no split. With a yawn, I trip to the dawn. Out comes the bodies following the one idea. It's clear, rattle to the roll. Hold back up the track, grab your roller skates, y'all. And let's zip on by. Zippity doo, now let's zip on by. Feed on the weed and we're feeling high. Sun is on thick and the cheese is rolling thick. Come on, it's no time to hide. Season is twist, spinning and winning. No hack and sack, let me in. Spill on the bottom away, but it's okay. It's a Saturday. Now let's all get baked like Anita.
Watch Mr. Lawn, don't look at the Peter.
Feel on the farm, I'll feel on the.
Hey, watch that.
It's a Saturday.
Now is the time to act the fool tonight. Forget about your worries and you will be alright. It's Saturday, 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 it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hello. How's it going? My name is William, and it is yet another beautiful Saturday. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to my so-called life. I'm still running around. I'm still doing a few things. I might close the door in a minute because my neighbor's dog is losing it. But that's okay. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. But before we get to any of the festivities, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening. If you're having a bad day, if something doesn't agree with you, we have exits on both sides. That's I'm izquierda and derecha. How's it going, Pam? Hello, hello. Great to see you. Great to see you. Let me move this. I have quite a few things that I've purchased recently. Do you know what's funny? Today, I tried not to go out because yesterday I bought another sewing machine. I hope you're doing well, Pam. What are you working on today? How is everything? My hard drive completely went sideways. I honestly, all kinds of wonky, crazy things were going on with my hard drive, so I had to replace it. And hopefully, I'll be back up in a day or two as far as videos go. But I'm still thrifting. I'm still buying stuff, and I'm still misplacing things. Oh. Oof. This is a Sears Kenmore sewing machine. After plugging it in and tooling around with it a little bit, this is actually a serious sewing machine. This is actually a sewing machine that is no joke. So I'm going to thread this thing in a minute and see if I can get a better angle on this. I have all these fancy cameras in here. Might as well use them. Yay! Hello, Alibaba. You came right at the perfect time. All right, let me turn my light on. Alexa, what's the temperature right now? Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 91 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's 91 outside. Yikes. I've never owned one, but used a couple of times. Awesome. This thing is an absolute beast. I was really surprised. I've been caring for my granddaughter. Her mama went out of town for a couple of days, so not doing much crafting. Totally understand. I totally understand. Do you know what's funny? I always miss the little guy stage. I I miss that because my son's 14. He's grown now. He's like a grown man. He refused to shave his beard. He looks like Jesus. I'm over it. But then you take care of the youngins and it reminds you why. I consider that to keep up with the white machines with 1 amp motors. This thing is serious. This thing is absolutely serious. All right, let me move some things around. Let me turn some lights on. What else? There's something that I'm completely forgetting. Let me get my notes. Oh, I missed that phase too. Oh, I completely forgot. I purchased something really amazing at a thrift store. Absolutely. I miss those days too. But I think the funny thing is what happens is you look back with nostalgia. Because those were a lot of sleepless nights. Those were a lot of sleepless nights. All right. Sorry. The Dodger game was really distracting. All right. So I'm going to set up this sewing machine. But do you know what's really funny? And I don't even know why I keep on doing this. With work comes playtime and read time, etc. And you're their absolute hero. At that age, everything is brand new. You are their absolute hero. So, see, I'm looking back I have my nostalgia glasses on about raising a kid. I forget all those days I was like a complete zombie, half awake. I have to remind myself of the other side of parenting. All right. So, in my travels, I buy all kinds of crazy stuff, all kinds of crazy clothes. I'm obsessed with windbreakers, the 1990s windbreakers, but more like the really cheesy ski jackets. So recently, let's be real, my style is all over the place. But before you show off the sewing machine, oh, I gotta turn the lights on for this one. And for anyone keeping record, yes, I'm actually wearing shorts. I just have really long socks on. I can't even see this without laughing. I seriously, yay! Hello, Joy. Hello. Yay! Great to see you. I purchased a Sears Kenmore sewing machine. I will be showing it off in a second, but I forgot I got this. This jacket, the brand is called Windjammer, so you know it was already a win. Oh, come on. So I'm into really goofy clothes. I am so ready for the winter. Look at this. This looks like I'm about to go on the ski slope with Buffy. I'm ready. Yeah, this jacket is hot though. Hardest part is she's breastfed, so she won't accept formula milk, and she will drink all she will drink is water from a bottle. I remember those days as well. My son was the same way for a very, very long time. And yes, I'm that crazy person who buys jackets during the summer. And it came with a tip. Oh, there's change caught in the jacket. I'm going to have fun fishing that out. Wow, that's hot. Wow. All right. So before I get to my forgotten tweed hat, I will show off the sewing machine. I love 1980s crazy style ski jackets. And the sad thing is they're back in style and they resell for a lot of money. I got that thing for like $5 and I'm probably going to resell it for like 9 or 10 times that. All right, let me switch my angle. Awesome. So I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. If not, I am here for you. You know, I rarely do this. I rarely jump into the day of recognition early, but today is the day of the moon landing in 1969, and I feel like that's something that should be mentioned. As someone who grew up a child of NASA, that's something that's important, and it's something to look back on and remember. Back when we didn't hate each other, and when we don't, we can actually do amazing things. So, you know, looking back at the moon landing is something that we definitely have to do. So today is Moon Day. So happy Moon Day to everybody. And speaking of something space age, let me see if I can turn this camera around. Let's see if I can finagle this. Nope. It lives right there. So this, I want to say it's a 19, I don't know. This is a Sears Kenmore sewing machine. You know, I'm always wrong with the age, but this thing is solid and it has metal parts. Oh, and not as much plastic. It still has like plastic cams and all the things that you would suspect, but this is a solid sewing machine. I can't remember. Hold on, let me remember. What was I doing? That's right. I finally got my car back. My car has been in the shop for the past 2 weeks. And I needed a new window. It was a big deal. It was missing parts. They had to get it from the opposite side of the planet and walk it back to the mechanic. No big deal. So I finally get my car back, and my son and I are in the car, and he looks at me and he's like, "We going to the Goodwill?" I am never on this one side of town, and whenever I am, I always score a sewing machine. It's because I rarely go on this side of town. And the funny thing is, I'll drive 30, 40 miles in the opposite direction and find all kinds of beautiful things, but it's stuff like this that I find right near my house. So I completely scored. And I got my car back, so I'm excited. Ollie, if you're still there, tell me what year you think this is, or if anybody knows what year you think this is. It has the interchangeable cams. A lot of it is still complete metal. So that's one of the reasons why I suspect that this machine is a little bit either like 1970s or late 60s. But sometimes you never know. Especially with Sears Kenmore, they came out with a new machine almost every year. All right. Perfect. Of course, I dropped my pen. All right. So let's thread this thing and see what happens. I can't remember 100%, but mid 70s. It's heavy too. This is a solid sewing machine. Awesome. Today I decided to stay home because my hard drive completely crashed. I live in a fabric store. Every weekend I go out, I go looking for sewing machines, I go doing all these amazing things, and they're literally right in front of my face. So I decided to stay home today, and I did not regret it. I need every once in a while, it's okay to rest. I'm one of those people who is constantly on the go. And it's kind of funny. The second I got my car back, I had the urge to instantly go to Las Vegas. I had the instant urge. But I decided to give myself a break instead of you even have a walk in the pond. I did have a walk in the pond today. It's been I'm sure it's hot everywhere, but it is excruciatingly hot here. So when that's hilarious. You can tell this thing has not been used in a while. I'm threading it and dust is coming out of the thread guides. Oh, that's hilarious. Alibaba is 100% correct. I went for a dip in the fountain today because it was ridiculously hot. Absolutely ridiculously hot. Everybody should go subscribe to Phoenix Electra's channel. It's Phoenix Electra's Circus. This afternoon, she was sewing, and I was in and out of the chat because I was literally walking. I was literally walking in my fountain, doing a circle. I'd come back in here because it's beautiful in my house, but it's hot outside. Then I have the air on. But the extremely cold water feels amazing, even on a hot day. Okay, I'm going to assume this is made for double threading. So with these old school machines, most of the time they go left to right, but I'm left-handed, so everything is left to right to me. I'm just saying that disclaimer. So it's a bit easier for me to thread these machines sometimes. Sometimes I say that's going to be impossible. Oh man, this thing is so fine. I have to look with my flashlight. Oh, there it is. All right, just making sure. In a minute, we will check the bobbin because I can't remember. You know, I thread so many machines, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I already threaded that machine, and it's a completely different machine. Yay! Hello, happy maker. Great to see you. Yay! Hello. Right now, I am threading a 1970s, we suspect, Sears Kenmore sewing machine that I purchased down the street from my house. Kind of soften the blow from my window bursted inside of my car. I have no idea why. I don't know why it happened, but the window completely I don't know, the mechanism or something burst inside. So it was expensive and it took a while. So I went and celebrated by getting a sewing machine. Yay, hello everybody. Great to see you. Happy Maker. How's your evening going? Oh. You know, I say I took the day off, but you know, I did all the that went in way too easy. It's because I didn't put in the like I said, I say I took the day off, but I was doing 100 things. And I have something to show you, which is actually quite amazing. And all of my hoarder friends will understand. I cleaned today, but I did so much cleaning that something miraculous happened. Now I have to switch my camera again. I know this is going to sound crazy, but for people who own a ton of stuff, you will understand. I cleaned so much. Uh-oh. Did I intertwine my cord? I did. Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me get my phone so I'll know. But, let me move my dress form. Oh. Hold on. Play. It's been a few years. Oh my God, you found the corner. So it has been a few years, and I constantly talk about my 300-pound massage chair that's back here, but it's actually back here. I cleared this entire corner. I have my mannequins and my dress form back there. There's a ton of room in here. There is a ton of room in here, but I decided to clean. I don't know if I finally reached the point where I was like, it's time to organize everything. But I forgot how many sewing machines were back here. There's a 1960s Merit. I have too many of those weird brother sewing machines. I have a Singer Genie, and it's the one Singer Genie on planet Earth that doesn't have the slant problem. I haven't seen a corner in this room for about 15 years. Do you know what's really funny? I did an interview on this chair almost 5 years ago. And whenever it pops up on the internet, it makes me laugh because I'm like, oh yeah, there's a corner in here. I completely forgot about that. And I've kind of unearthed 3 other sewing machines. Behind this Singer Touchtronic is a 1911 Singer, and it still works. It still works. Oh let's see what else. You know what? I'll pull that out later. But I also have one of those weird displays that they used to put video games in the 90s in American malls. I don't know about anywhere else, but in American malls, anytime a video game system was released or a game was released, you know, you could play it at the video game stores. I have the actual locks box that they used to put the units in. My computer room is also storage for some stuff. I completely forgot that I had that until I unearthed the corner. And when I say that I have hundreds of sewing machine power cords, it's kind of an understatement. And I forgot until I went to the back corner over here, and there's probably like, I don't know, quite a few. Quite a few. No, it's the actual, you know what? Let me grab it. Oh, this thing is dusty. Oh. Oh. This is the, oh, let me come a little closer. This is what they would actually have in video game stores. This is a PlayStation lockbox, but you would basically, like, you could only access the controllers because everything else was inside this box. These things are awesome, and the power source still works. I used to have this plugged in. This used to be the center of the room, but you know, I grew past it. But I'm sure I'm going to eventually sell this. I'm sure somebody wants it because it has Pepsi all over it. So I'm sure I'll sell this for a lot of money. Whoa. You know, I knew I was going to pull that thing out. I knew that thing was going to come out eventually. All right, let's get back to the sewing machine. But for anyone who ever wondered what's behind the flag, it's a giant massage chair and two racks of sewing machines. Oh man, that thing's still heavy. You think it's a collector's item, Alibaba? Happy Maker, I'm gonna be honest. I probably have well over I you know what's funny? I can't say it with a straight face. It's kind of like my age. I can't say it with a straight face. I have a couple hundred sewing machines in this room. and then in my middle bedroom, I have quite a few in there as well. I looked up the game system. That's a 1980s machine. Goes for wow. Wow. Thank you, Happy Maker. Thank you. I have all kinds of crazy stuff in here. Let's just say I stopped counting around 200 something sewing machines. And that's just in this room. Behind, I'm like moving my screen like it's behind all the flags and everything. Behind, let me see if I can switch my angle. I have cabinets behind everything right here. There is just nothing but cabinets. And behind there is an old computer nook. This entire room was built to be earthquake safe. I have all kinds of earthquake supplies. I have all kinds of cool stuff. Well, over the years, I had all kinds of empty cabinets. So that there's doors, literal doors. Behind door number 1 right here is about 9 or 10 sewing machines. I went through this really weird singer merit phase. And I have every 1970s sewing machine you could possibly think of. And underneath everything in here, there's sewing machines under everything in here. I have quite a few. Oh, but we're fun here in the House of Sewing. We're the fun type of hoarder. Everything is functioning, and when I'm gone, to quote my predecessor, this is going to be somebody else's problem. Oh, oh. Let me get a bobbin that. Do you know? I have kind of a nook right here. It's like the land of defective bobbins and bobbin holders. But you know, I always think I have a lot of sewing machines, and then I watch other people's channel, and I am nowhere near their collection. And I'm not even talking about Fred Sanford, and we're 30 minutes in, and I'm bringing up Fred Sanford. But there's other people where I'm like, okay, I'm not that bad, which you should never do. You should never compare yourself to other people ever in any way, shape, or form. But I do. For myself, I actually sell machines when people have the itch. Do any of you sell your machines at all? There was a couple featherweights I sold, and it kind of justified my habit in general. But again, I live in Southern California, and we can charge insane prices for things here. We pay insane prices for everything, so people are kind of used to it. Oh, right. And that's the justification I use for for paying way too much money for everything. All right. Perfect. This is perfect piece for a test piece because I use these for patches with my old pants or anytime I do sashiko, sensisco, slow stitching. These pieces are perfect for that. So I have them everywhere around here. And the funny thing is, because I've been YouTubing for a couple of years, there's people who think that I've collected these all in that time. I had quite a few when I started when I started my YouTube channel. I just didn't say anything because I didn't really know. I didn't know that there were people that actually collected sewing machines. And then I had to learn that there was a difference between people who collected sewing machines and people who sew. Because there are some people who just have thousands of sewing machines, and then there's, you know, people who have the same but actually sew. And I fall somewhere in between. All right. Let me move some stuff. Brother, you're playing best cover. How's it going, AP Vlogger? How's it going? Great to see you. Great to see you. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. All right. So let me switch my settings. And perfect. So we are going to find out together if this machine is a complete failure or not. Awesome. Awesome. I hope everybody's having a great night. Oh, failure. From the jump. Let's see if that works. Nope. Well, let's see. Stitch length. Let's see if that helps. Nope. Okay. What did I do? What happened? That's exactly what I'm going to do when I get my piece out. Do you know what's funny? I had this thing going earlier, and this thing completely bonked right now. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so we'll go back to the regularly scheduled program. We've got chills, we've got spills, we've got shablams here in the House of Sewing because that was definitely a Saturday night shablam. It's rare that you catch a failure live like that on YouTube, but I'm here for it. And the best part is I get to take this thing apart and figure out what's wrong with it. I think it's wrapped right around the hook. I agree. So I'm going to take the... Actually, you know what? As someone who's been electrocuted multiple times, let me turn this off. Oh. And the bobbin. That bobbin is disagreeable as well. Maybe, hopefully, that was the issue. Oh, now everything's got to go back in. I truly have not serviced this thing at all. I've been hitting so many home runs lately, I just kind of took it for granted that this thing was going to work. Beautiful. Let's see if I can do this perfect. It's the joy of being left-handed. For real though, I'm not kidding you. I've been electrocuted quite a few times. I was gonna call myself So Time, like Tool Time, but I don't think anybody would understand, and I think somebody already has that name. I had the habit from playing with 1920s and before electronics, including dual wire, no ground DC or AC. I learned that the hard way. But I only went Doc Brown once. And shot a bolt of lightning out, and I learned my lesson. And I will not repeat that. That was an extremely educational day, actually. I learned what to do and what not to do. I was so excited to have a sewing machine that I plugged in a sewing machine that was over 100 years old. I don't know what I was thinking. I still, to this day, I kind of have no idea what I was thinking, but I plugged in an old white rotary. Everything, Ollie knows, it was in a wrong cabinet. I didn't know. It was all wrong, and I plugged it in, and that thing shot a flame out. It was lesson learned. Everybody made it out that day, though. Oh, all right. So let's try this again. Worn brushes, wolf throat, sparks. Absolutely. I learned that's exactly what happened. It was blue lightning. That's exactly what happened. I did learn the hard way. Gosh, that was 4 years ago. That was exactly 4 years ago. I got that from my local swap meet from this young man who had no idea what he had. No idea. He just scored a sewing machine. It looked old, and he was excited to have it. Yay, Pam, how have you been? Sometimes I really wonder when I buy things off of people if they've done research or if they're just like, oh, this looks old. Somewhere in this room is a brand newish, I want to say 2019ish 2020 Genome that they didn't know what they had. I purchased it for I think $35. It still was in the box and everything, and that thing retailed for a lot of money. And I actually did end up reselling that one. Perfect. But the person didn't know what they had, and I ended up buying a brand new sewing machine. I mean, still in the box and everything. But like with me, something that like that only happens once. Yay! How's it going, Kilroy? How's it going? You are missed. Pam, I was thinking, could you add formula over the duration of the bottle so the little one gets used to it? Seriously, I went through that with my son. He was extremely breastfed. Hey, folks, I was taking care of business elsewhere on the Starship Sewing. Of course, number one. Oh, absolutely. Hello. Okay, I'm not kidding you. And just my luck, I tweaked my hip, and I don't know how I did it. I'm not kidding you. Yesterday, I don't know what I did, but I messed up my right wrist. And every time I go to pick up something, I feel the pain, and I still have no idea what happened. She's doing good, Carol. It's sleepy time for her at the moment. Aww. Aww. You know, I am nostalgic for the baby days, but I do forget like staying up all night and all the worry and everything. All right. So we'll throw this back on. Feed dogs up. We'll try that again. Let's try. Okay. Her mama's out of town. She misses her mama. Aww. Oh, excuse me. I figured out my shoulder and neck pain. My 25-pound cat was sleeping on top of me while I was sleeping. Yikes. For anyone wondering, this is a fake Stanley Cup. I got this for $5.99 at the now extinct 99-cent store. All right. So your cat is 20 to 25 pounds. As someone who lives in the land of little dogs, to me, that's a heavy cat. I might be wrong, but like where I live, that's the size. Like dogs are. I owned a half min pin in Chihuahua, and she was 15 pounds. Oops. I am just clicking buttons is what I'm doing. There we go. Let's see if I got the right one. Nope. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to try this again. That family looks better than the real Stanley. I'm one of those people. I am one of those people who's like, why is everybody paying all this money when you can go to the 99-cent store and get the same cup? I know it's not the same cup, but to me, it's the same cup. And we're still not selling. Okay, I don't want to pull it because every time I start pulling it, I break needles. And I need to learn that lesson. Oh, that's broken. Oh man, that hit my face. Now that's funny. A long time ago, somebody told me I should wear eye protection with all these old sewing machines, and I told them like, "No, we're pirates around here. We don't do that." Is that stitch length stuck? You know what? I need to start futzing around and see if it is or not. I'm gonna replace the needle and see if that's the problem. Because I just happen to be sitting in a room full of sewing needles. Because sometimes people put the wrong needle in or all kinds of stuff. Yeah, we're surviving though. Sometimes that's all you can do. Most of the cats I've had, once the kitten stage is over, they get lazy and their metabolism slows way down, so they turn into 20-pound furry sausage. Aww. Safety specs with old sewing machines is taking it too far. And quite honestly, it hit my cheek, and this is the first time that's ever happened. And like I just admitted, I have hundreds upon hundreds of sewing machines in this room. But I'm sure that person's like, it finally happened to you. Oh, it's definitely well, it could be quite a few things. It could be the timing on this, all kinds of things. I literally just purchased this. Yay! Hello, Mona. Hello. Great to see you. Great to see you. Awesome. Yay. Just don't sew your finger, it hurts. I have a question. How many times have my sewist friends or anyone in general, have you ever sewn your finger? I've done it quite a few times. I have the scars to prove it. As someone who refurbishes sewing machines, I've done it with nothing in place. But the rod comes down and slams on your finger. It feels like it breaks your finger. Yay! Hello. Yay! Yay! Hello. Nope. Mona says nope. I've never hit my finger. I have quite a few, but this was like in my early zealot days. I'd put my hand on the machine and I would push down, and that thing would just come and hammer my hand. At least it doesn't. Thank you. I've done it quite a few times myself. Yay. I had the needle clamp empty, hit my finger once. I've done that quite a few times. It hurts. I think the first time it happened, it hurt my pride more than anything else. I was like, I can't believe I did that to myself. Yay. Hello. I'm also the same person who was giving somebody a safety speech, and I backed into an oak tree and destroyed a Toyota Tacoma. Wow, that was almost 15, 16 years ago, and people still bring it up all the time. I got my toes under a treadle 3 times. Yikes. Never sewed my finger until used to have a scar from when I cut myself when I was a kid, but I used Nivea cream for so long it went away. Does that actually work? I've heard people say that. I have all kinds of crazy scars. The clamp hit the top of the. Oh, that's the worst. I've had a ton of sewing mishaps. That's why the second the needle hit my face, I'm like, should have worn glasses. But that's never happened to me. Even with my sergers, I can feel like when I'm pushing it too much and the needle's about to break, I'll go like this. Oh, I'm full of scars. I am too. That's why I looked at my finger. There's one I want to bring up, but it was gross. I've heard of people's hands scarring going away from during COVID because they were actually washing their hands more than once a month. As somebody who's like weird about hygiene, I don't know how you can go about life without washing your hands, like without like every interaction. Oh, people scare me. Mona, I seriously, I have made so many typos. There is someone who seriously is still mad at me at a typo I made. And still to this day, I will die on that hill. It was not on purpose. I am the king of typos. So no judgment here whatsoever. Okay, so I'm gonna put the Sears Kenmore back in the back of the fleet for a minute because now that Kilroy and Mona are here, I want to show off the fact that let me go back there again. These cameras are not labeled. In my defense, they're not labeled. I cleaned in here. To anyone who's ever wondered what's behind the flag, it's that it's the massage chair that I talk about. I constantly talk about how I have a massage chair. I actually do. That thing is 300 pounds. It's plugged in. It has all kinds. Let me see if my cord will go. Oh, it will. It will. Which flag? I see 4 of them. The one that I'm now. There's usually a flag right here. I know you can't see me because it's a crummy angle, but there's usually a flag right here. Oh wow, I didn't know you had a chair. This chair was for storage too. I had so many projects and so many things on here. But a long time ago, I was in a really, 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 really bad car accident. And somebody who cares about me gave me this chair. This is an actual rehab chair. And it helped me because this chair will stand you up completely. But I've had this chair for a very long time. Let's see if it... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This thing still works. Oh, that is so funny. Okay, let me turn this off because this is really distracting. Oh, that's funny. I've had this chair for years and years and years, and I always forget this thing's here. I did an interview back here 4 years ago. And on both sides, there are, of course, sewing machines. Oh, I forgot about my cup. Don't worry, be happy. This cup sat in my grandmother's hutch for as long as I can remember. This has a smiley face on it. I drank out of it once, and then something told me to stop drinking out of it because this cup is older than I am. Oh. You wear the same old man socks I do? I'm not satisfied until they're at my knee. Oh. I have an extensive collection of Sears Kenmore sewing machines back here. I decided to open up the room a little bit. And I pushed all my dress forms and mannequins back in the corner because that corner isn't necessarily utilized. So when I constantly say I'm cleaning here in the House of Sewing, I really am. And I freed up a ton of space for my fabric because it's embarrassing having rolls of fabric just randomly fall. I'll be sitting here in a because they have cardboard, and the middle fails first. I have no idea why. The middle gets floppy and it just will fall over. And it happens often. Like hell, you'll open up the room. It's open. It's open. There's space in here. Oh, why did that turn off? But I've been going out of my way to clean. And I've been rediscovering all the funky stuff that I have. That happens to me. Fabric lanches are real. They happen all the time. And I'm like, why? Worse is when you're hand sewing and the needle goes into your finger. That hurts too. It does. I'm weirdly I think because I've been hand sewing for so long, I have so much scar tissue on these two fingers right here. I feel nothing at the ends of these two fingers. Oh, that's so funny. I have fabric lanches all the time, and I think that's what's been happening lately is that I go shopping all the time. Lately I've been taking 100 vacations. Anything goes wrong, I'm like, oh, I'm stressed. I need to take a vacation. But this morning I set my alarm to go shopping and everything, and I woke up and I had this, I don't know if it's an existential crisis or what, but I had this talk with myself like, do you really need anything else today? And I sat there and I was like, no, sir, I don't. Because I've been really hitting it hard lately. So I'm going to actually start using the things that I go out and buy. And I forgot that I purchased a bunch of fabric just a week ago before my trip. Yes, I'm always poking myself with hand sewing. The worst is under the nail. That is the worst. That is absolutely the worst. I have guitar fingers, a sewing needle will not go into my I think that's another thing. I play the banjo like I live in the backwoods of Louisiana. So I think I have that that immunity. I don't know what it is. I don't know. All right. So I'm gonna put this somewhere. Now that I have all this amazing space in here, it feels good to get my massage chair back. I used to hang out back there. I used to really hang out back there because my my television that's hooked up to cable is above my head. So at that angle, I would sit back there and like, I'm going to sew something, and I would conk out. So I'm bringing that chair back into play. I guess I should bring my dress form back in here. It's a super thick, sort of like absolutely. You after a while you develop scar tissue, but okay. I feel like there's a lot of things that you get that from like certain sports, from wrestling, MMA. You get that, and sewing is no different. All right. So I'm really in this weird space, right? Oh, speaking of which, there's a combination that hasn't been put together, and I'm not going to put the pants on. I need to switch my ankle again. I'm not going to put the pants on because it's Alexa. What's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's 87, so it's dropped down a little bit. But there's a combo I completely forgot about. And when I started cleaning, I unearthed something that I completely forgot about. Hold on, let me get dressed real quick. Do you know, I have to say, out of all the eras that I have ever been through, tweed has to be the hottest. And I've gone through my leather phase for about 10, 15 years now. Oh. But for as much as I made a tweed suit, I keep on forgetting that I made a tweed hat. Hold on, let me put this on. What kind of gentleman would I be about forgetting about my tweed hat? I have a pen in here that. Do you know I have a pen in here? It's a fist, and it has something on it in a language that I do not know. And I'm gonna laugh the day that I get it translated, and it's gonna say something. It's not gonna say what I think it's gonna say. All right, let me pin that. Let me pin this. Keep in mind it's extremely hot in here, but I completely forgot about this combination. You know, I worked really hard on the tweed suit, but I also make goofy stuff on purpose. Let's be real. A bright orange tweed suit, it screams Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. But I love my suit. Do you know, every time I see myself with this suit, I have to laugh. I completely forgot about my hat. And what kind of gentleman would I be without? This was the hat that launched my solitude. I completely forgot about my tweed hat. Now my suit is complete. Like I said, I would put my pants on, but it's hot. I completely forgot about my hat. What kind of gentleman would I be without forgetting about my hat? So with my shorts on, I'll do my pose, which I look even crazier with my. Oh, I'm gonna need an inhaler. I'm laughing at myself so hard on this one. Oh, absolutely. Hold on. I have a church warden's pipe. Oh. Whoops. 1820s. Oh, where's my bicycle and my dirigible? I completely forgot that I made this hat. And you know what? Out of all the crazy stuff that I've made, I absolutely love this hat. When I got into hat making, I just kept on making them higher and higher and higher. You look like you're in a crappy high school production play, Miss Surprise. Quote of the evening, I would run over there, but every time I run over there, I hit my light. I unearthed all kinds of crazy stuff when I started cleaning today. Oh, do you know what's funny? When you live in the equivalent of like a thrift store, I'm going through stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Oh, Cat in the Hat, definitely. I look like a B movie time traveler. You know what? I look like that goofy time traveler that you don't believe that he's a time traveler, but actually is a time traveler. Well, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for stopping by, Pam. Thank you so much. It's great to see you. Have a great night. I hope everything works out for you. I hope your granddaughter is well. Thank you so much for stopping by. Do you think that's what it is? I was in love with the Cat in the Hat as a kid. I mean, I think it's because the Cat in the Hat was mischievous. That and Curious George. I would have never been able to get away with the stuff that Curious George. Oh, oh, good times. Good times. And I'm not kidding. I have this pin. I have no idea what's on it. And I have this policy of not wearing things like if I haven't been to a certain city, I won't wear anything that says anything on it. Or like if I don't speak a certain language, I won't wear something if I don't know what it is. But I like the pin. So I broke my own rule. Oh, oh man. This is why I was so mad that my hard drive kind of took a dive because I had a 45-minute Friday shows. I had a lot to say this week and it killed my computer. Oh, and you know what's funny? When I get it running back up, I'm not going to cut it short. I'm going to bring it back. I might just call it Friday Shows the movie. But I made quite a few things this week. I made some awesome purchases. I went to Las Vegas, but we already talked about that. I'm not going to bring up Vegas again because I might get in my car with my goofy. Well, actually, I couldn't fit in my car with this goofy hat on. Oh, man, this thing is hot. I know people are going to think I'm crazy when I say this, but I think tweed is hotter than leather. As somebody who wears both all the time, I wear leather all the time, and it's not as hot as tweed. Oh, I'm surprised that this ridiculous hat has managed to stay up. I used quite a few. I can't remember what I used. Did I? I think I used an entire sheet of 808 backing. I could be wrong, but if it definitely came from Walmart, I guarantee you. But in my next video, I will be in full suit with this. Oh, good times. Good times. You ready to go on an adventure? Adventure of your lifetime. I literally look like I'm about to challenge somebody to a balloon race around the world. Oh yeah? You don't believe me? I challenge you to a balloon race. I watched way too many Don Knotts movies as a kid. Oh, I say this all the time. If you're having a bad day, if something's going on in your life, wear something goofy. Make something goofy. I guarantee you it'll make you laugh. Even if it's for a second, it'll make you laugh. During COVID, I was in a really I was in a really bad, scared place. I'm not kidding you. Making goofy clothes brought me out of that. And I'm not even kidding you. You remind me of this random Soviet sci-fi movie for some reason. If they ever need a wardrobe guy, call me. If you ever need a wardrobe guy, call me. Oh. I've made all kinds of stuff, of crazy stuff, but this was the first. I think it's also the tweed that makes it so stiff. My solution is meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Nobody can feel bad after a pan of meatloaf and a big bowl of mashed potatoes. Do you know what's weird? That's mine as well. I recently asked my mom to make some, and for some reason, I panicked buy ground beef for some reason. And I cleaned out, I stayed home today. So I've been cleaning, as you can see, and I cleaned out my freezer and I found more ground beef than I ever had. So I think I'm going to go beg my mother to make me meatloaf again. Oh, good times. Good times. This hat is so high. If I stood up right now, I would smack the light above my head. Oh, let me drink some water like a gentleman. I feel sorry for the person tuning in right now, and they're like, "What is going on?" Oh, I needed that water. Do you know what's funny? I feel like we should bring hi-hats back. Am I wrong? Because if I got like 15 of my friends and we just started wearing hi-hats, let's say we just walked around New York or LA. I'm not joking. We'd be in a magazine somewhere and they would be like, "Oh, hi-hats are back in 2025." Or oh man, this is huge. People want to go backwards. They want to start living like the 1950s. I do have schoolboy shorts on. I forgot about that. I want to bring back this style. People are always trying to live in the past, and let's bring back three-piece suits with extremely high hats. I know a fellow that makes some of the original style hot hats. Do you know what my problem is? It's because I'm not using buckram or anything professional. I get floppy brims. I'm not kidding you. I use 808 stabilizer from Walmart. There are no secrets here in the house of sewing. That's why I'm really surprised of how stiff this hat is, because this is just like the thickest stabilizer they had on the shelf, because I'm the guy that comes and buys the entire shelf. Kilroy, I like your solution. Now I'm craving meatloaf. All right, I've got to take this off. Oh. Oh. Oh, that is hot. I can see it now. Man has heat stroke in own house. Playing dress up on the internet. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that is hot. Oh, oof. Let me take this off and I'll show you the pen I was talking about. This pen, I have no idea. If anyone can translate, please let me know. Oh, I'm extremely left-handed, so my left hand is curved. I apologize. Let's try this again. I've had this for as long as I can remember. I have no idea what that says. I might be flashing something extremely vulgar. Or it could be something like, "Hello, how are you?" I don't know. But I've had that for as long as I can remember. I just liked it because it had a fist on it. Oh, I was truly cleaning today. Oh, why do you keep on? Oh, there we go. Sony's, anyways, that's not a subject. That looks like Trump's hand. I have somewhere in here. Where is it? It's got to be somewhere close. Oh, I used to see that thing. Oh, I have a tiny hand in here somewhere. It came with some goofy thing I bought a long time ago. It's like this big. It is hilarious when you put it in a long sleeve shirt. A communist pen now. Is that what it says? I have had that pin my entire life, as long as I could remember. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that deepens the story because I got it from somebody who's been there a few times. That adds even more. I hope it's not. Oh, where is my hanger? I need to hang this up. I know for as much as I wear this suit, it definitely needs to be ironed. And for anyone who was late, I don't know why I bought a 1980s snow jacket, but I did. And I love this thing. Me and Muffy are going to the slopes at 9. Let's go. Let's go. I look like I'm gonna challenge somebody to a ski race in Aspen. Cool. Oh, where are my glasses? Where are those goofy 1980s glasses? Are you scared of the mountain, bro? Are you scared of the mountain? I have too much fun doing this. I have way too much fun doing this. Now I look like I'm in a bad 1980s ski movie. The glasses are wet. I think you need to move to the mountain so you can wear all your coats. Exactly. I need to move back up north. But this time I'm showing up with insurance. Oh, good times. I agree with you, Mona. I agree with you. With that goes those glasses, you just went up about 19 tax bracket. I love this goofy stuff. I always, you know what the funny thing is? I never find anything in my size like this ever. I grabbed this and my son was like, oh. And I was like, you know this is coming home with. Oh, I love my son. He tried. Oh, I asked my son what your pin says. He says, it says karate. That's all. Thank you so much, Happy Maker. Thank you so much. I love that. I'm going to wear it all the time now. I watch a bunch of videos about people that get tattoos in foreign countries and they think it says something and they come home and they'll say, what does my tattoo mean? And they'll be like, it means fried rice. And they're like, no, it means serenity. And they're like, do you want me to lie to you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Now I know what my pen means. Seriously, I've had that in my life, my entire life. Oh, it's Japanese. That makes a lot of sense. I got it from my father, and he spoke. He was multilingual. So he just like, here, take this. I'm so glad it didn't mean anything terrible. I'm ready. I'm ready for the 1980s movie. I'm ready for the slopes. You know what the funny thing is that this thing isn't, after having my tweed suit on, this isn't as hot. Oh, okay. I think I hope everybody got their screenshots. Oh, I'm so ready for winter. The second it dips down below 50, I'm going to come running outside like, oh, I'm ready. Oh, that is hilarious. And I had to laugh at the brand of this. It's called Windjammer. Oh, I love those old school windbreakers. I'll never get a tattoo, but if I was gonna get one in a foreign language, it'd be Spanish, so that at least I can punch it into Google Translate and check what the tattoo guy did. So true. That's a rule of mine, actually. That's like if I don't speak the language, I'm gonna find something close. That's actually a rule of mine. You can punch Chinese, Japanese, Korean into Google Translate. You know I'm old school. I'm old school. and just as much as I love the trip, like when I lately with all these trips I've been taking, I love going there, you know. So I love the story behind it. And now I know what it means. Oh man. Let's see what else. I think I tried not to go shopping today because I drove to Las Vegas and literally bought that. I still have my brother XL 3100, which I just did a video about. I just purchased that domestic. I just purchased the Kenmore. I was trying to not go shopping today. And as somebody who is a curator of sewing machines, they'll be there next week. You got to hook that amp up sometime. And that does the old school like Hawaiian sound, the dun, 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 like the Hawaiian surfer wah wah sound. That's why it's in here. That is like, I have quite a few amps, but that one is the most fun out of every single one that I own. I do have to hook it. You saying that makes me want to hook that thing up. It's loud. You're either going to make friends or enemies with your neighbors loud. That thing is loud. Much like my banjo. Funny thing is, people are a lot more nice about bluegrass than they are metal. As somebody who's been playing most of their life, like people will get mad at you if you're riffing on if you're playing some metal riffs. But if you're playing bluegrass, they're slapping their knee and it's funny. It is funny that way. I do have to hook up that amp. Like I said, I've been cleaning and discovering all kinds of crazy stuff here. But seriously, I've asked this question. Where should I go? I have my car back. So I'm itching for a vacation, but there's quite a few things that I have to do around the house. I did a lot of them today. Like tonight, because I'm drinking espresso, I'm probably going to mop my whole house, which sounds like a lot, but it's not. But I'm thinking about another trip because the school year is going to come really fast. So I'm thinking about somewhere else. Metal's got a lot of bass in it. Bass shakes the house down and travels really far. Bluegrass is a lot more balanced. Alexa, how far is Lake Havasu from Los Angeles?
Los Angeles is 231 miles from Lake Havasu as the crow flies.
Oh, that's nothing. I was kind of thinking about going to Death Valley, but why? I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go to Death Valley during the winter. I'm gonna go during December when it's 80 degrees there. I think what it is seeing all these crazy people and their I still can't believe that it's a thing. Heat tourism. Like I said last time, Death Valley is actually an amazing place. They have Calico. They have Calico is a real cowboy ghost town. They have also the Gorge, what we call the California Gorge. It's breathtaking when you're standing on this plateau and you see this just endless valley and you're in the beginning of it. But these are all things that you can do during the winter. Mount Whitney, it snows in Death Valley. It snows every winter. one of the most beautiful campsites I've ever been to. I went to bed. We were all camping. We did the stereotypical cowboy thing. We ate beans on the fire and everything. And then I woke up the next day and there was snow everywhere in Death Valley. But it's not a place to go this time of year. There's no thrift stores in Death Valley. You're not playing, I checked. You're not playing. There's all kinds of weird towns. Like, I'm probably going to go thrift Baker. What was the other one? Oh, what was that town? There was a town. Maybe it is Baker. It's one of those weird desert towns. And the funny thing is, there's a highway that's called the 58. It's what connects the 15 to my side of LA. But really, it connects Mojave, California to the 15. So there's another road called the Old 58. And when you take the Old 58, you see the homes, you see the red rock, the volcanic rock, and all these beautiful things. It's beautiful over there. But again, it's not a place to go to this time of year. Says the guy who's trying to talk himself out of going to Vegas. But Vegas almost has the same weather that I have here. So it's not like it would be much of a change. It was 111 in Vegas. And when I got home, it was 105. And I always say after 103, it feels the same anyway. I'm actually really stoked that I found out what my pen means. I'm going to wear this all the time now. Now that I know it doesn't say anything vulgar or derogatory towards my people. You know what? The Kenmore sewing machine is going to need a lot of love. But back in the day, I would get a sewing machine and I would refurbish it. Lately, I've been getting it, turning it on, seeing if it works, and then refurbishing it. So I think I need to go back to my old ways of just fixing them from the jump. Because sometimes they need to be completely defluffed, and I should have done that. Is it Baker? I have to look that up now. It's not Baker. There is another town. I can't. Where is my compass? But I looked it up, and I was like, oh, they have 4 or 5 Goodwills there. But you know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get there, and they're gonna have tables that I can afford, and I'm gonna end up, singing the same song that I sang in Vegas when I purchased this one. Let me look. Where are my... Oh, what is that place called? The map is like, oh, you're trying to go back to Las Vegas, are you? Is it? Oh, it's Barstow. Barstow, California. My so-called life is coming to a thrift store near you. Okay, let's Google it. Hold on. Let's not tell stories. Hold on. Let's go back to the map. Barstow. Oh, there's quite a few. Oh, the map is not telling me if there's. I might have to go to Victorville. The desert is a funny place. Living near the desert, it's a really funny place because you'll be driving for miles and miles and you'll see nothing. And then all of a sudden, you'll see this giant city incorporated out in the middle of nowhere. We have amazing topography here in California and just in America in general. All right. Kilroy sent me on a side quest because I really had to know. A lot of these towns, I It's not that I don't want to pull over. It's just that I know that they're tiny towns, because when you're coming from Vegas, you can literally see the entire town of Barstow. And Barstow has a historic train station from the 1800s, which you can see when you're coming down the valley back into civilization. But it's not necessarily a destination. But there's tourist traps everywhere around here. Should I? I was going to make some tweed pants. Now that I can actually fit my 6-foot table in here, I might make some tweed pants. So I have a question for anyone if you're still around. Are you going to watch the Olympics? I know some people aren't into it. I've been pre-gaming for months. I've been watching all the preliminaries for track and field, for swimming, for all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm one of those people who I'm really into the Olympics. Yay! Mona's going to watch the Olympics. Joy is rooting for Team Canada. Go, Canada, go. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to put my glasses on. Joy will not be rooting for Canada. I love the Olympics. My grandfather was an extremely athletic person. He was a leatherhead. He played football before and after World War II. Sports was always on in his house, and he was obsessed with the Olympics. He went to as many as he could around the world, and it got me into the Olympics. Sorry, Joy, I didn't want to misquote you. Some of the Olympics. Alibaba is rooting for Team Canada. If you don't mind me asking, Alibaba, what parts are you going to be watching? I've never cared about the Olympics. You know what's really funny? Track and field was never my thing. I'm like this. Ever since I was a little kid. From way back in the days. From the Carl Lewis days. Is that? Yeah. Oh, gosh. That's a whole subject we don't even want to get into. But from the Carl Lewis days on, my husband will be watching the Olympics. Awesome. There is a, I know this is going to sound really bougie. Up the street from my house, there's a country club, and my grandmother lived in that neighborhood, and they have a swim team. And I've known at least 9 or 10 Olympic swimmers. So it really got me into Olympic swimming, because people from my neighborhood are on the Olympics. There's somebody I knew my entire life. This guy, seriously, he smoked cigarettes and everything. I won't say his name, but he won gold. I remember sitting there, and I'm like, oh, how is this guy on the Olympics? He smokes a pack a day. The guy won a gold medal in the Olympics. Figure skating is okay to watch. I like I said last week, I watch figure skating as someone who's in love with hockey. As in all of my videos, I open up with me attempting to do my figure skating move. One day I will get my figure skating move down. I've only been trying for 20 something years. The Olympics is basically a scam. It makes cities and countries go broke. Yes. And I speak Spanish, so what happened in Brazil was an atrocity. And I'm sure the same thing happened in China. I'm not saying there's not a whole bunch of politics behind it. Does anyone ever watch the opening ceremonies? It's a thing. Like in my house, I watch the opening ceremonies. And I'm looking at every country like this. Every country. Especially Canada, Nigeria, Jamaica. I'm like, I love the opening ceremonies. I'll watch it for hours. And I have crazy channels. So like I'll watch the NBC live feed that will actually have the live feed that'll show the entire ceremony. not just the edited version. To be fair, though, they are like 5 or 6 hours long. They are. So that's why they edited it out. But it's interesting to me. Does anyone watch the opening ceremonies? It's something that's like, it's weird. It's a weird thing that I'm actually into. And I would never force it on. Archery? Come on, Kilroy. You're not even into archery. They have all kinds of amazing sports. Now there's skateboarding in the Olympics, all kinds of crazy stuff. Alibaba might watch the excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I have really weird family traditions. And I think it's just me and my mom and my cousin sitting there and being like, oh, look what they're wearing. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that but it's just a weird family tradition of watching the opening ceremonies. Some of the events are right at the Eiffel Tower. Excuse me. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that's another reason why I'm so hyped, because I know quite a few French speaking people who have already been like emailing me like, prepare to lose, American. I know quite a few French speaking people, quite a few. If I want to watch somebody shoot a bow, I can get in my car and drive 20 minutes. I don't need a TV to do that. Fair. You know, to a city person, we're like, wow. Archery is amazing. It's something that I still do. I have a bow. I have all kinds of compound bows. It's something that I still do. So it's just it's one of those weird things. It's shocking to me who's actually into the Olympics and who's not. I know it's a giant distraction, but it's a fun distraction. I most definitely will be watching the Olympics this year. I'm hyped. And I subscribed to NBC. I've been subscribed to NBC Sports. They had hockey years ago, but they lost their contract. And I never unsubscribed. So, like a year ago, they were like, who's ready for the Olympics? And I was like, the Olympics? I completely forgot. So I think it's because I've been subscribed to that channel. It's had me hyped for over a year. I haven't shot a bow since 1984. I told you I thought my compound bow was priceless. I thought it was an artifact. I thought this thing was rare. And I looked it up on eBay, and they were so mass produced you can get them for like $10 in better condition than the one I have. Oh, good times. Good times. I am one of those people. You know what's funny? When I was in my 20s, I wasn't into sports. My entire life, I was into sports. When I was in my 20s, I stopped caring. When I was in my 30s, I kind of was like, oh, whatever. In my 40s, I started watching sports again. I always watched hockey. I never stopped watching that. But I started watching other sports. I can't even say what it is. In the Olympics, you know what it is? I think also the Olympics reminds me more of people I love. I saw a couple days ago that Paris is closing down the Seine River during the Olympics to prevent terrorism. You know, it happened in Atlanta. It happens everywhere. They come to the downtown area and kick everyone who doesn't live there out. They do that. Like, that's the one thing that people dislike about the Olympic Committee. There's somebody that I love. I watch online. His name is Bobby Hemmett. And he says all kinds of crazy things. But, like, he was telling in real time what was happening in Atlanta during the Olympics. They were basically pushing everybody out. If you were considered an undesirable, they were pushing you out of the city. So, you know, they do that with everybody. Can you imagine having to close down a whole damn river? No, I wish I had that kind of power. I work in a place with a dry creek. I couldn't imagine having that much power. Like, we're gonna shut this river down. And they're kicking out people from the area because they want to use it for tents. See, this is shades of Brazil. I'm telling you, they do this in every city. And one of the reasons I don't get too deep into it is because, like, the Olympic Committee, like, that is a 5-hour stream. But like I said, they did it in real time in Atlanta. They do it everywhere. They come in and they kick all the undesirables out. In China, they were literally boarding up neighborhoods. They were like, you can't come on the main boulevard. You got to go all the way around. It's crazy. And I'm still going to be sitting there like, oh, what are they wearing? Where was their uniform made from? They can't have trash floating, and so true. Oh, events, the 100-meter. Oh, they're really gonna have to clean up the river for that. They're really gonna have to clean up the river for that, right? Oh, whoops. Right now in Paris, there's basically a Berlin Wall around the Olympic area. You need a special documentation to get through it. There were people living there and people going to work who were screwed. That's the word. I always wonder about that. Like, oh, you're not going to work for the next month. The average person can't survive that. They need to get it through, but didn't have the documentation. Yikes. Yikes. Don't, you guys are making me resent what I said about the Olympics 5 minutes ago. It's terrible that people get displaced for amateur sports. Speaking of which, Team USA won by 1 point to the South Sudan. Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, and Larry Bird are looking at you guys like, they used to win by 45 points. The original Dream Team, they were laugher games. And yesterday, America almost lost. I watched that game and I was sitting there like, oh. Could you imagine? That's why I watch a lot of hockey championships. Anytime any country beats Canada, they act like they've won the cup. Because that's where the sport came from. So when we lose in basketball, it's embarrassing. If that's amateur sports, then NASCAR is amateur race. Well, the Olympics in its heart is supposed to be amateur. It's supposed to be. That's the old school 1970s view of, like, you know. And then you become famous after. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. You know what's really funny? I've actually developed a taste for chocolate ice cream again. So my so-called life likes ice cream too. Have a great night, and thank you so much for stopping by. I think a lot of it is the nostalgia because my grandparents were obsessed with sports. Even my grandmother, long after my grandfather passed, she watched every Monday Night Football. She watched anything that she could watch because she loved sports. And I'm kind of like that with the Olympics. And I can't believe Kilroy will not be one. I'm going to laugh. I am dying already to see what the ratings are going to be for the Olympics. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much. Again, I think a lot of it is the nostalgia. And now you're making me want to cry because Paris is a beautiful place. And that stinks that you just can't go there and visit the Eiffel Tower because they have it cordoned off. They do that with the World Cup, too. There's this thing... I watch a lot of news in Spanish, and they always say like you do not want the World Cup to come to your to your city. I bet it's I bet it's like I bet it'll be like the rest of TV, and the viewership will be on the lowest it's ever been. That's so true. People really do not watch television anymore at all. They really do not. I'm one of those people that I still do because I'm a dinosaur. I love watching television. My mom loved to watch sports. She loved the Olympics. Exactly. Exactly. I miss that's the one thing I miss about my grandmother is that I could go to her house on a Monday night at any time at 5 o'clock and I would hear the Monday night football music. oh, oh, those were good times. And like this time of year during the Olympics, they would go crazy. I think it's also though because like they throughout their life they would go to these cities and go to the venues. I still have a ton of the LA Olympics memorabilia too. A ton. All right, let me check my notes. This has been a crazy week. I can't believe my my hard drive took a dive, but you know what? Honestly, I need a break. I do need a break. I work really hard. I make a ton of videos and sometimes I stress myself out. So it's good to take a break every once in a while. Oh, Kilroy. Today is National Pennsylvania Day. So here's looking at you, Pennsylvania. Yeah. All right. Well, we came, we saw, I wore an 80s jacket. I put on my tweed suit. Where's my gentleman's hat? Today, I took it easy, but I'll be back at it on Monday. Today in 2017, OJ got parole. That was actually big news because everyone was wondering where's he gonna live. They didn't know he had more money than the Pope. Oh, excuse me. Have a great night, Joy. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will definitely be back at it. Oh, whoops. I'll be back at it on Monday for sure. I will definitely have a project lined up. I'm trying to I like the 1980s snow, bro. Look. Oh, thank you so much, Alibaba. that that makes me laugh. When I put the glasses on, a character was born. The second I put the glasses on, it reminded me of every 1980s ski movie I've ever seen. Thank you so much. But seriously, I want to thank Joy, Kilroy, Happy Maker. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. It actually means something. I want to thank anyone who watches this in the future, and I appreciate anyone who is subscribed to my channel. And if you're not, please subscribe and like and do all those cliche things that YouTubers say. I'll be back at it on Monday. I absolutely appreciate everybody, and I thank you. We had a good time tonight. We got extra goofy here in the House of Sewing. I'll be back at it on Monday for sure. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Thank you so much.